EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was inevitable to go. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. It's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the former Purdue Boilermaker. It's Drew Brees.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Here we go. Ready. We're waiting.
Throwing on first down is Brees. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Ready. We're waiting.
Now they try the right side here. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here we go. Ready. United.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The numbers from a week ago for Vereen. That trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Versatile players on defense are all the rage in the NFL, but it also helps to have a Benardrick McKinney who does one thing very, very well, and that's tackle ball carriers. Big man, big size inside, looks like a defensive end playing inside linebacker, still has the ability to run and cut runners off before they can get downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Ready. You waiting?
Breen, toss play. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. Go quickly and attack him, because right now they probably have...
Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Thomas with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in the week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Johnson. And his first pass is incomplete. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
DeAndre Hopkins was named All-Pro for the first time in 2017, and really don't have to do much but look at the statistics to know why. 4 touchdown grabs in 2016, jumped that up to 13 in 2017. That led all NFL receivers. Also added in 96 catches and close to 1,400 yards. DeAndre Hopkins' ability to get free in the secondary is a marvel, mainly because of head fakes and body control.
He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. But look now at the defensive starters for the Saints. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
Hey, back 22.
From the gun, here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. A very good return that time. 18 yards. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And as we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They've clinched the top spots, so the road to it runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination. Okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you believe why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Different thinking beat you in the playoffs by going aggressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
Ready. You waiting?
On second down, here's Breeze. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. Still traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
It wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there got to be casual times. We're trying to win a game.
Oh, now Miller slow in getting up. He's still down on the ground. Not seeing week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. Watson hands this to Foreman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 1 quarter in the books. 14-0 is our score. We'll head back to New Orleans after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Black 22! Black 22!
Now it's Watson. A bootleg. Over the middle, complete. It's Brooks. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Foreman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Down! Green 39! Green 39!
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down.
Automatic
Roughing,
first down.
it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Hey! Who waiting?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
The Texans up and down. They've hit 2 for 4 and 7.
Down! Black 22!
A shotgun snap for got his man complete over the middle. It's Brooks. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. What a methodical drive to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Ready. Who ready?
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Black 22. Black 22.
To throw on second is Watson, and his throw is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Black 22. Black 22.
Watson on third down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Guy, how do you score that on your boxing card? A very long drive, but 3 points.
And I really want to do my boxing analyst voice right here, but I'm going to keep it normal for us, right? I call it a draw. That type of a drive has to feel good, right? You take it all the way downfield, you control the ball, control the clock. But they only got 3 points out of it. So defensively, it could have been worse, right? So I give it a draw.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 downs.
Yeah, can't have a start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in well.
First down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Dead second down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're ball partner.
Really pretty good room to run on that.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Breeze now to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To throw is Breeze. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head to half. Good way
to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The final shot before the break. Watson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Vaughn. So here in New Orleans where the Saints have John over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank, Baltimore, where it was the Ravens who get the win at home. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Dak Prescott, 2 touchdowns. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Monday night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right. right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Deshaun Watson trying to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the...
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back again, right? To have to stoop a little. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
Hey, black 22! Black 22!
Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down, and that is incomplete here. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Still in search of their first touch. 1st and 10. On first, Watson. It's coming, and down he goes. Craig Robertson. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up, go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Down! Green, green!
They'll run it now out of the gun. There's the stiff arm. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's hard to say, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just saying maybe that gives a little juice because you're right. He struggled. First half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one away. It's open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Here now, a look at Ruiz. He's enjoying a great deal of success. His team is also enjoying a great deal of success.
Yeah, he's got that nice little, what I call the QB lean going right now. You see that little stroll that he's got
swagger
going? Yeah, he's definitely got that. You see him throwing the football, this nice little video he had in his head as well, because he wants more of that to happen. So anytime you see him that relaxed, that comfortable, you thumbs up for his team.
Yeah, it's been a big highlight day for him.
Well, that field goal block pretty much sums up the day for them, doesn't it?
Boy, it really does. What's the word we often use? Symptomatic. It's just been a sign of how this one's gone.
Give a lot of credit to the guys who got in and blocked the kick. They've had the advantage all game, and they continue to press it.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 3 first down. It'll set up 2nd and 7.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Ready? We waiting? Let it.
Now Breeze. That's complete to Meredith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Breeze now on first down. From left side, taken in by Meredith. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Hey. Ready. Yellow lady. Hey, 4-1's Mike. Rip right.
Breeze to throw again. Completes this one to Meredith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And all the way inside the 5 to the 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And he's got it. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Again, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And for them right now, not a done deal. So they are holding down one of the final wild card spots. And with 2 weeks to go, there are others kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And imagine what the talk has been all week within their locker room. And it's really, let's rely on ourselves, because they could get help and still get to the playoffs. But who wants that? Go out, win the game, take care of things yourself, and then you don't have anything else to worry about.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, back 22. Back.
Out of the gun, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, green, the line.
On 1st and 10, Watson. That is incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with the former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. That'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again is Watson. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Green the line! Green the line!
Third and long, it's Watson. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
They go play action here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Breeze. He's got a man, complete. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4.
Ready. We're waiting.
Play action. Breeze. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down.
Ready. We're waiting.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down. Trailing in the 4th quarter, they got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done as you noted, and they did.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready? You waiting?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Kill. Easy, kill. Ready, back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age.
Lutz will look to add the 8. Lutz good extra. And that will. So that drive goes 8 plays. The capper that put it up yards. This will be take 1. Out comes Houston. Together something here at the end just to take into next week.
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Down! Green the line! Green the line!
Fresh up the pick 6, it's Watson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go. Hey! Move, lady!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Texans on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
Green, the line.
One last throw here for Watson. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 5-0. And they put for a few days as they'll host the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Texans, be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.